Today is special. We have 65 random facts that will blow your mind. The thick white rind on the outside of a wheel of brie cheese is actually mold, specifically Penicillium candidum. Red delicious apples used to actually be delicious. That's why they got that name. But then one tree chanced upon a mutation that made the fruits redden before they were ripe, which made them look attractive much longer. Soon, all breeders selected for this gene rather than for flavor. The Okavango River in Botswana does not flow into any ocean or sea, but instead has an inland delta. Nearly 11 cubic kilometers of water each year either evaporates or transpires once it reaches the Okavango Delta. Ever notice something curious about roulette? The numbers on its wheel add up to 666. It's purely coincidental, but it has sparked its fair share of chatter over the years. Unlike their relatives, alpacas don't exist in the wild. They are the domesticated descendants of the vicuña, which shares a close connection with llamas. There is a genus of plants in the pea family called Clitoria. Its name comes from shape of its flowers, which resemble, well, you know. Fun fact about the Mediterranean. Sicily isn't just a stunning Italian island. It's actually the biggest one in the whole Mediterranean Sea, and it's home to Mount Etna, which is seriously impressive in two ways. Not only is it Europe's tallest active volcano, but it's also the continent's most active one, regularly putting on spectacular shows of nature's power. ASMR, short for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, refers to a tingling sensation often triggered by soft sounds, whispers, or gentle visuals. Many people find it incredibly soothing and use it to reduce stress or fall asleep. Unlike other big cats such as lions and tigers, cheetahs can't roar. Because their throats are anatomically similar to those of house cats, cheetahs purr. Cheetahs can't roar. They can only meow because of the absence of the hyoid bone in its neck. Surfing has a long history dating back to ancient civilizations. The Mochica culture in Peru, around 5,000 years ago, used reed boats called mochica for fishing and surfing. Switzerland introduced aluminum foil to the world and its first practical use, wrapping Toblerone chocolate bars. The integral symbol used in calculus comes from an elongated S, representing summation. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, a pioneer of calculus, chose this symbol to reflect integration as the sum of countless tiny quantities. Here's an amazing bit of biology. Your saliva contains haptocorin, a protein that protects vitamin B12 as it journeys through your stomach. Without it, stomach acids would destroy this vital nutrient before your body could absorb it. Zebrafish are unsung heroes in biomedical research. Sharing 84% of genes linked to human diseases, they provide valuable insights into genetics and medicine. The lionfish is a prolific invasive species in the Atlantic Ocean, and sharks typically don't recognize them as prey. It is decimating native ecosystems and is thought to be responsible for a drop in the biomass of native reef fish species by an average of 65%. The cycad story reaches back an astonishing 280 million years, long before T-Rex roamed the Earth. Yet appearances can be deceiving. A major genetic study from Harvard University revealed that today's cycads are relatively young, emerging just 12 million years ago. This discovery challenges the idea of cycads as living fossils. Instead of being unchanged survivors from prehistoric times, they represent an evolutionary revival. Their lineage has weathered multiple cycles of extinction and renewal, with old species vanishing and new ones taking their place. The furthest point anyone can be from any sea on Earth is the Gurban-Tungut Desert in China, which is over 1,600 miles from the nearest coastline. The reason why hard-boiled eggs smell is because of a reaction between traces of iron in the yolk and sulfur in the white. They react to form hydrogen sulfide, a gas with that distinct odor. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest non-polar desert in the world. The reason why cleaning your ears with Q-tips might trigger a cough reflex is that accidentally stimulating the Arnold's nerve or the vagus nerve can trigger a cough. Bad moonshine can make you go blind because it may contain methanol, which can cause blindness and brain damage when metabolized into formic acid and formaldehyde in the body. Spain's tallest mountain, surprisingly, isn't on the mainland. It's Pico de Teide, a striking volcanic peak on Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Standing at 3,718 meters or 12,198 feet, it not only towers above the rest of Spain, but also holds the title of the highest peak on any island in the Atlantic Ocean. Titanium can osseointegrate, which means that it can fuse with bones, and this is one of the reasons why it is used extensively in biomedical implants. Dark glass bottles are used to protect olive oil from light exposure, which can accelerate its degradation process. Light can cause the oil to oxidize, leading to a loss of flavor, aroma, and nutritional value. The reason why medicine bottles are often orange or light brown in color is because they prevent ultraviolet light from degrading the contents through photochemical reactions, while still allowing enough visible light for the contents to be seen. The word canvas originates from the Latin word cannabis, which referred to hemp, passing through Old French canevas before entering English. Hemp fibers were a primary material for canvas production historically due to hemp's strength, durability, and abundance. However, modern canvas can be made from various materials including cotton, linen, and synthetic fibers, not exclusively hemp. The Welwitschia plant is a living fossil that existed before South America split from Africa 200 million years ago. It can live for more than 2,000 years and maintain the same 2 leaves throughout its entire life. Mountain gorillas almost never drink water. They obtain hydration from their plant diet and morning dew. Despite living in rainforests, they also tend to dislike rain and try to stay dry when crossing a stream. In 2013, researchers first observed them drinking water in the wild. The cause of why we dislike the sound of our recorded voice is due to the phenomenon of bone conduction. We are used to hearing it through the resonance created by our skull, which gives it more bass and depth, making it sound unfamiliar when played back through a recording. Every year, massive dust storms sweep across the Sahara Desert, carrying hundreds of millions of tons of dust high into the atmosphere. This airborne dust can have a significant impact on our climate, influencing cloud formation and even the development of tropical cyclones. As an example of this, each year, 22,000 tons of dust from the Sahara Desert is carried by air currents to the Amazon rainforest, where it is an important source of phosphorus for tropical plants. Deficiency in vitamin D worsens respiratory tract infections, which is one of the reasons why there are fewer flu cases in the summer. There are fewer fireflies today as that 1/3 of North American firefly species are at risk of extinction, with some already being listed as critically endangered. The main reasons for this are habitat loss, excessive light pollution, and the overuse of pesticides. While it is theoretically possible for 2 snowflakes to be atomically identical, the number of possible snowflake structures exceeds the number of atoms in the universe, so the odds are effectively 0. Iceland has the highest number of authors per capita, with 1 in 10 Icelanders publishing a book in their lifetime. And 1/3 of Icelanders read a book every day. The Hercules beetle is a South American powerhouse, can lift over 850 times its own body weight. It's like a 200-pound person effortlessly lifting 170,000 pounds. Truly mind-boggling strength in such a tiny package. Brachycephalic breeds are dog breeds with shortened skulls, leading to a flat-faced appearance. This distinctive look has become increasingly popular, but it comes with a number of health problems. Many airlines restrict travel for brachycephalic breeds like bulldogs because their shorter nasal passages make them prone to respiratory issues. These breeds can struggle to breathe in pressurized or controlled environments, such as airplane cabins, leading to heightened health risks during flights. Americans go through a mind-boggling 100 billion plastic bags every year. Picture this: if you laid them all out end to end, each bag is about a foot long, you'd have enough plastic to wrap around Earth's equator twice, every single day. Puts our plastic problem in perspective, doesn't it? Friedrich August Kekulé, a German chemist, proposed a structure for benzene in 1865. This structure, now known as the Kekulé structure, depicts a six-membered ring of carbon atoms with alternating single and double bonds. Each carbon atom is also bonded to a hydrogen atom. About 80% of the peanut butter sold in the U.S. is creamy. Only 17% is crunchy. The remaining 3% falls into specialty categories. I prefer crunchy, but I don't like it in the bread. I eat it directly from the jar. A 2017 study revealed that lighting can significantly influence our food choices. Diners in brightly lit restaurants tend to opt for healthier meals compared to those in dimly lit environments. Interestingly, customers in dimmer settings order meals that are, on average, a whopping 39% more calories. Fun fact: when you buy a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, it pretty much never actually has 1,000 pieces. And no, they're not just rounding. It's actually mathematically impossible to make a nice-looking puzzle with exactly 1,000 pieces. Since puzzles need to be rectangular and maintain a pleasing shape, usually around a 4:3 ratio, you end up with numbers like 972 or 1014 pieces. Manufacturers just label them as 1,000 pieces since it's a nice round number, but if you counted them all, you'd find you're off by a few dozen either way. The reason why shops, pharmacies, etc. are always close to each other is due to Hotelling's law, which suggests that clustering is the most profitable solution for businesses because it maximizes market share. Want to test your brain power? Head to my community tab for a daily quiz that'll challenge everything you know. Use the QR code or tap the pinned comment below to jump right in. Let's see how smart you really are. Neglecting hand washing is a major issue. It's linked to nearly half of all foodborne illness outbreaks. About half of all panda births result in twins, but it's very rare for both cubs to survive. Panda mothers typically focus on raising one cub, often abandoning the weaker one to ensure the survival of the stronger cub. The reason why clocks run clockwise is that in the northern hemisphere, this is the direction in which sundials cast a shadow. The word helicopter is not derived from combining heli and copter, but by combining helico from the Greek for spiral and pteron from the Greek for wing. Recycling a ton of aluminum cans consumes a mere 5% of the energy required for new production, effectively saving 40 barrels of oil per recycled ton. Despite elephants' massive size compared to humans, they are 5 times less likely to die of cancer due to them having at least 40 copies of TP53, a gene that destroys cancer cells before they become a problem, versus 2 in humans. Komodo dragons are the largest animals in the world capable of reproducing asexually. This phenomenon is known as parthenogenesis, where a female can produce offspring without the need for fertilization by a male. The Asiatic continent has a larger surface area than the moon. Cats are primarily crepuscular animals, meaning they are most active during dawn and dusk. This behavior helps them avoid potential predators and competition for prey. The number of people aged 100 and over worldwide is estimated to be around 722,000 as of 2024. However, the number of people who have reached 110 is significantly lower, with only about 250 individuals estimated to have reached this milestone. Europe and Asia aren't actually continents, but two parts of one large continent called Eurasia, with the division being a historical social construct from the ancient Greeks. The exact boundary between Europe and Asia can vary, depending on different definitions and perspectives. South America, known as the Bird Continent, hosts more bird species, around 3,445, than any other continent, including much larger ones. The thickness of tectonic plates remains uncertain due to factors such as crust composition, heat, low-velocity zones under ocean basins, and partially melting rock, which confuse those studying seismic activity. Recycled glass finds new life as glass containers and is virtually infinitely recyclable. Notably, every metric ton, 1,000 kilograms of glass recycled into new items prevents the release of 315 kilograms, or 694 pounds of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. NASA uses 15 digits of pi for its highest accuracy calculations. This is because using more digits of pi would not significantly increase the accuracy of their calculations, as the error introduced by using fewer digits is already negligible compared to other sources of error, such as measurement uncertainty. Paper can be recycled up to 6 times before the fibers lose their structural integrity. A surprising 45% of drywall in the U.S. is sourced from waste generated by coal-burning electric plants, utilizing gypsum, which is 100% recyclable. Most people have one foot that's slightly larger than the other. It's a common occurrence, often unnoticed, but it can explain why one foot might feel more comfortable than the other in a pair of identical shoes. In 2017, Australia changed all GPS coordinates by 1.8 meters to account for continental drift since the last GPS update in 1994. The Australian plate, which moves north 7 centimeters per year, is one of the world's fastest drifting plates. Before humans arrived, circa 1000 CE, the only mammals on New Zealand were 3 types of bats. Polynesian settlers introduced 2 mammal species. European settlers brought 51 mammal species. Coffee makes you go to the bathroom because caffeine stimulates muscle contractions in the colon and intestinal muscles, leading to an increase in bowel movements. Benford's law states that in natural sets of numbers, such as river lengths, city populations, and financial transactions, the probability of the first number is not even. There is a 30% chance for a number to start with 1, but only a 5% chance for it to start with 9. This law is so reliable that it is used to detect fraud. If you loved this video, smash that like button and drop a comment below. I want to hear what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of these wild videos. Sharing is caring, so if this made you go, wow, share it with your friends. Catch you in the next one.